Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to rank my Urban Decay palettes. How we're going to do this is with Urban Decay it was really hard, so I would really take my ranking system with a grain of salt, realistically, because as much as I love them all, I think all my Urban Decay palettes are fantastic. They're one of my favorite brands, so it was really hard for me to do this, and the way I ranked them, some of the lower ranked ones are only ranked that way because they're limited edition. You can't get them anymore, and I feel bad ranking them or highly ranking them when you can't get them anymore. So there's that. Some are ranked that way just because they don't have enough mattes and other things like that. But we're gonna go ahead and get started. So my least favorite Urban Decay palette is the Alice in Wonderland Through the Looking Glass. I like this palette. I think it's adorable. I love the packaging, first off. The packaging is stunning. When you open it up, it looks like this, and then you pull it out like so. I think it's really cute. I really like it. I don't use it a whole lot though, I'm not gonna lie. It's not that the colors aren't great and they're not blendable. It's the fact that I got this palette used. My first video on YouTube was cleaning up used palettes because I'd heard this thing where you could get used palettes when I was investigating fake makeup. You could get like lightly used to heavily used palettes for a whole lot cheaper, and then you clean them up and sanitize them and they still work just as well, and I actually still stand by that video. They do work beautifully. These were these two colors right here. I did break them up and run hand sanitizer, or not hand sanitizer, 70% alcohol through them to clean them up and make them clean, and then I just took stuff to clean over these, and they look really good. They work really well, and I'm comfortable in my sanitation. The second palette that I got was barely used, and it is the Urban Decay Full Spectrum, and it looks like this. It's such a colorful palette. It is where I make before I got my Jeffree Star Alien palette, anytime I felt like doing a kind of like a Poison Ivy look, this is a palette that I would hit for that. It's a great colorful palette. It is only ranked as low as it is because you can no longer get it. Like I said, I ended up getting it used and cleaning it up. Alright, this one is my Naked 3. You can still get this palette, but I'm ranking it this way because I love pinks, which is why I still haven't decluttered it. But it doesn't have as many mattes. So like it has like 3 mattes, and for me that kind of hampers. I like to use a lot of mattes in my look. I like to blend them out all over the place, and I like to play with mattes. And then I use like maybe 1 shimmer shade over the lid or 2 shimmer shades max. So this just does not have enough mattes for me, which is why, are you still recording? It's being stubborn, but yeah. Which is why this has that, because I need more mattes. I do pair it with other palettes sometimes, and I do keep it because I like it's pink, and it was literally my very first palette, so I'm keeping her. For that reason, that's why she's still here. Alright. My other two, there's not that I don't love them. It's quite literally that they were holiday editions, and you can't get them anymore. So, we're going to start with this one. This one was the year before last holiday palette, I think. It is the Elements palette. I love its shape. I love its colors. It's so pretty. The mattes are gorgeous. The shimmers are amazing. The center highlight here is very similar to the highlight for, which is actually what I'm wearing on my face today. The highlight for the Life's a Festival palette from Too Faced, so they're very similar in my opinion, which I actually really like that highlight. I also like it as kind of like to top the eyes off with, and I just think this palette is amazing. Now, 3 Christmases ago was this one. Okay. Alright. And it is the, what is this one called? Beauty with an Edge. I don't know what this one is actually called. I just know that it's this palette like this. Everybody talks about how much they hate this palette for the way it is, the way it's done. I don't hate this at all. It doesn't bother me. I normally mix it with another palette that I'm just about to show you. For me, it's perfect because this is what I wear in the winter and in the fall, and this is what I wear during the spring and summer. So for me, it's got some of the most beautiful, let me swatch a couple of these for you. I mean, look at that. I mean, come on. And then on this side, we'll do the red. And a brown. I mean, come on now. Totally worth it. I don't care about the shape. I normally hold my mirrors like this anyway, so for me it works out perfect. The shape doesn't bother me. It fits perfectly on my bookshelf, so not at all bothered by that fact. Alright, again, this one gets mixed with that other palette a lot. It is the Urban Decay Naked Ultimate Basics. I am obsessed with this palette. This palette I used for everything before I got the hang of it when I wasn't very good at blending other things. It was so blendable. I used it for literally every look, everything. It just was my great starter palette. I love it so much that when they when it went on sale and they started saying that they were going to discontinue it, I had two friends that I gave makeup to at the time, and I actually purchased it for both of them, and I kind of regret not getting a backup for myself, but at the same time, I have other palettes now that I can use too, so it's okay. I do need to go through and fix this palette up a little bit. It went with me at my sister's wedding a couple years ago and got a little banged up, but I don't really use that color, so it's fine, but I heavily use this color. I am obsessed with this and this, that color. Yeah, no, there's just nothing about this palette that I don't love. It is absolutely one of my favorites. It is only ranked here because you can't get it, and that makes me so freaking sad because it was so good. Okay, here's where it gets a little bit tougher. This is kind of a hard, it's a hard one because I have both, oh wow, there's magnets here. Whee! I have the Naked Urban Decay Heat, which I love, especially during the fall and summer. During the fall and summer, I love to do a red look with this. The only other thing I use is ColourPop for this, but I love this. This palette is blendable. It's got a lot of great mattes. I absolutely adore it for fall and ready summer looks. It's just such a great palette. Okay. Now, I love me some purple. You can see that I'm wearing like a pinky purple look on my eye today. I love me some pinky purple. Just about anything. It's kind of my go-to quick, easy look. I debated on whether I was going to get this because of another palette that I have, but I'm glad I did. I bought it with my Ulta points, and it is the Urban Decay Naked Cherry. Looks like that on the outside, and when you open it up, it is just full of deep purples and just mauve-y, almost. Some of them have like this beautiful red hue to them. They have like this like pinky one. I just love this palette. It is amazing. It's a great combination of mattes and shimmers, and it makes me happy. It's a great palette. I have been using it a lot since I got it, and I only got it like a month or two ago. All right, now the next palette I'm going to show you, everybody hated, but I loved. And there are so many good looks that I get out of this palette that even if everybody continues to hate it, I'm still going to love it. It is the Urban Decay Back Talk palette. I don't know if you can still get this one, but we're going to go with it. First off, I love the blushes and the highlighters in it. Everybody who hated it only hated this side, and they loved this, and I can attest that the blushes and highlights in this are banging. Now, flip to this. So freaking many. If you go to my Instagram about a year ago, so many of my pink mauve looks before I got the cherry came from this. There's a hard compete between this one and the cherry when it comes to mauve looks. I just die for this palette. It's amazing. I love it. It's pretty freaking perfect. So I don't know why everybody hated it. For me, it was a solid win. I love it. All right. This was another one that not everybody loved, but I did, and I do love to travel with it when I travel. This is one of the ones I travel with, and I travel with a lot of makeup, so, and I mean, I do travel. I have a carry-on that is full of my makeup, because I never know what I'm going to wear, and I'm a makeup whore, so, yeah. But it is the Urban Decay Born to Run. I like its, like, thick, hardy packaging, and I love the colors. I love that you can get your pops of color. You've got your blues, your greens, you've got some of your like deep or red tones. You've got my mauve purples. I mean, it's got a little bit of everything. The only thing I wish it had was a lighter pink shimmer shade, but it's okay. It's okay. It's got one little shade missing to make it perfect, but it's still so good. All right. Last but not least are these guys. And the reason these make my favorites is because yeah. So I loved this one so much that I got this one, but I'm going to rank this one slightly lower. This one is the Party Favor Urban Decay. I think this was this year's Christmas set, or at least part of like the honey Christmas set. It looks like this. It's got a lot of yellows and gold, and this has like a pinky hue to it. Let's see if I can you see that? It's got kind of like a pinky hue to it, and it's got this beautiful like yellowish gold, and it's stunning, and I love it, and it's great, and I love me some. It's a glitter palette without being as glittery as glitter can be. So it's like a super shimmer. And oh my god, this baby right here, tried and true, has gotten me through so many times. Okay, before I figured out how to blend or do any sort of makeup, and I was garbage at it, I would use liquid eyeshadows, or I would do this. I would use these all over the lid just to cover up how terrible I was at it, because you can't fail with these. And these were my tried and true. They are still my tried and true. Yeah, I've got a bunch of crap everywhere, but it's got like this